gonna get you a Lakers bottle, bro. I'm gonna get you one of these right here, a Lakers bottle right here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have the designs on it. I might even throw a Luka number on here. As a matter of fact, on the other side, this side here, I'm gonna put what could have been. What could have been. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't run across the Western Conference final champions, the San Antonio Spurs, you feel me? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jail Dropping Sports. Well, I'm gonna kick this thing off, you feel me? I'm gonna hold my arm up like this, you feel me, like that. I'm lining it up. I'm getting the boys ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to send the boys at this man right here. This man right here, the host of this whole thing, man. My good brother, Shanti Stewart. How we feeling, brother? How we feeling? I can tell you how I'm feeling. I'm excited. I'm excited because I told you back in March. As a matter of fact, we can pull up the clip. We can pull up the clip right now. Let's not leak the text message now. Let's not leak the text message that I've been saying during this whole, playoffs and every time we put up a statement. But now we ain't gonna throw that out there. We ain't gonna throw that out there, y'all. This man is gonna learn about the Alamo. The New York Knicks is gonna learn about the Alamo. Wemby's year 3. Wemby's first playoffs. And we're going to the finals, y'all. Welcome to Gerald Dropper Sports. Horvita. Ooh, this is a good drink here. Whew. It's all right. Soak it in.
Well, anyways.
Soak it in, brother.
The San Antonio Spurs go on the road to Oklahoma City in a Game 7.
Yeah.
They go get the win, go to the first finals, and this has been the first finals since 2014?
2014, yes, sir.
That they've been to?
Yes, sir.
I mean, all that I'm going to say, I can't say nothing other than what I've said the entire playoff, because if you let these people tell it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta watch. You gotta watch for these people. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people, they start to say things that didn't actually happen. They start to make up narratives that weren't actually there. I've been more than fair to these boys. I've given enough credit. I've given as much of insight as I could give. Yeah, this was a good team. I never said they didn't have a chance. I only said if you run up against the champs, I'm giving the champs the edge. Now, with that being said, the champs were down. The champs were undermanned, but I won't use that as an excuse because even with that undermanned squad, it still went 7. It still took 2 games, winning 2 consecutive games in order to even get to this. Even to get to this Game 7 and win the Game 7. So we won't use injuries as an excuse. This was a great display by a young team that, for the entire series, dropped their nuts when it came out of crunch time. You saw guys like Stephon Castle who struggled early on. You talk about a guy that had 20 turnovers in the first 2 games to be able to right the ship. Obviously, that had a lot to do with De'Aaron Fox getting back, and I even have to give credit to De'Aaron Fox because this man sure won't. Because you let Spurs fans tell it, well, that's a waste of money. You know what I'm saying? He in the way. He taking Dylan Harper minutes. But let me be clear, without De'Aaron Fox stabilizing that offense and cutting down the turnovers and being able to get into the paint, make big shots within 15 feet, that this series probably goes the other way. Again, I think everybody that was on that Spurs roster that had to play significant minutes stepped up big. Even finally, for once in this series, Luke Cornett had probably the biggest play in the series with the fast break block on Isaiah Hartenstein. So again, nothing but credit has to be given to this team. But to the people that felt the need to add me, let me be very clear. I don't care what y'all boys say. Y'all boys can never pop shit to me, man. I still hold the belt. These boys still know what time it is. I didn't hear these boys when it wasn't going their way. This is all I'm gonna say. I don't respect the front runner. I'll stand 10 toes. I'll let you boys know it. I was on it when the losses were happening. I was on it when wins were happening. I told you what it was. You know what I'm saying? All these boys jumping in my mentions, you know what I'm saying? The internet, all the internet hugs and kisses and all that. Hey, look, man. I see none of it. It matters very little to me. Congratulations. But you know what I'm saying? These boys know how to shoot, man. They gotta wait. They gotta gang up. They gotta click up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about it. I'll be back. I ain't never over. Shit. Ain't never over.
Like I said, brother, it's always next season. You know, man, it's like it's all funny. It's all funny games in war, man. Cause we all know if it was other way around, you'll be in the
I'm
trenches
putting boot
sniping. You be,
I'm
I know
putting
you
boost to
tease.
ass.
Yeah,
I'm
you'd have
putting boost
been.
to ass, and I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all boys better go get it done. Oh God, you bet to pray to the God you serve that y'all boys go get it done. Cause if not, the work I'm about to put, the work I'm about to set in motion on y'all boys, y'all ain't never seen a demolition like this. You ain't never seen it like this. It's gonna be an interior implosion. You ain't gonna know where that shit came from. Them
That
boys ain't
man
gonna
T.
know. They
Hey,
they
this
gonna be
man
doing
T.
conspiracy theories of how did this building fall? It looked like something from the outside hit it, but goddamn, it looked like it imploded from the inside. We ain't gonna know how this happened.
This man about to be leading the Legion of Doom, y'all. You gonna bet
On my
meanwhile and the Legion of Doom.
But no, but look, all jokes aside, this was a great series. This was the series that we were waiting on, though. The entire playoff, we all knew that this crash course between these two teams was all we were anticipating to see. And again, I thought we got great games out of it. I'll leave saying this, hey, for SGA, empty the clip. I respect it. And at least you ain't go out like no sucker. You went out guns a blazing. I wish some of your teammates would have joined you. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Oxtail himself. Yeah. I wish maybe the guy that's about to get, whose deal is about to be activated after this offseason would have stepped up and at the very least, just empty the clip. I don't care if you're not as good as bro. Cause I never thought that Wemby and Chet were ever close. I always thought the idea of this being a comparison was always silly. But to just nut up the way that Chet Holmgren did is the damage he's done to his career in terms of just perception. He's gonna get paid. He's not gonna not get his money. And there is a team right now that will take Chet Holmgren and make him the centerpiece of whatever or whatever they're trying to build. And there are plenty of teams that could use him today. But in terms of stacking yourself up next to some of your peers, brother, that is well and over with now. The work he will have to do to get back in the good graces of the people is, I don't know if he can ever undo what happened. Truth be told, he can rectify his name in some aspects, but for the people to ever feel like he's in that elite tier with with some of these other guys, I don't think we're getting that ever again. He just got he got his lunch took. I've never seen a guy look this spooked
Well,
before in my lifetime to not shoot.
well, you know what they say. Winning cures all. You gonna hear about it. His coaches, you know what I'm saying. His teammates probably gonna. Well, if they're supportive, probably not gonna let him hear about it. But I know if he, like everybody, like every other athlete, they gonna read what they're saying on Twitter right now. It ain't looking good for
Yeah.
you, shit. It really ain't. My boy really, he took this personal. I don't know, but this been going on from years, man. Like what was they in the 18U Olympics or something like
It's
that?
like the under 17
Yeah,
USA France. Like I don't know what it was, but yeah, like from that point forward, Wemby has carried that vendetta ever
I don't know
since,
what
and
he said.
he has made it his point to make sure that I'm gonna embarrass him every time I see him.
I'm gonna give
Every
Shet
time I
hell.
see him,
I'm gonna give him Shet hell.
hands and feet, bro. He got to see me every time.
Hands, feet, and elbows. Every
You
time.
feel me,
So
bro?
I
Like,
don't know what was said. Like literally, I ain't know what was said. I really didn't understood what the damn beef was. For the longest. But
apparently it was because all right. So the USA won that game that they played,
mm-hmm,
and then Chet won the MVP trophy of that game as well.
mm-hmm.
So I think losing when he thought his team should have won, and being the better player, and then Chet getting that MVP trophy from way back when is. And you got to think about Wemby's only 22. That
Yeah,
happened when he was 17. It's still pretty.
it's kind of
That's
fresh. The
yeah.
wound ain't
That
healed yet.
yeah. Like 5 more years from now, okay. All right.
All right,
Like
I can
yeah. But
see.
like
Yeah,
at 22, something that happened to me at 17, the age of 22 still matters. That very much plays a part, and that's
yeah.
part of my life story at this point.
Yeah, like I don't see it being like on no KG and what KG and Ray Allen, type of heat or shit like that. That's hate there. So I think
Nah.
later down the road, once these niggas get older, once they get older, they'll understand.
Yeah.
It's
Nah, but I mean,
competitiveness.
but here's the thing though. For what it's worth, I mean, like I said, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate a hater, bro.
Hmm.
I appreciate a hater. So I respect what Wemby does in terms of like, man, I
The
ain't letting
hate.
that shit go for nothing on me. Yeah, this ain't never over. I respect it because look again. I look. I operate under the same guys. It's never over. Don't
Mhm.
ever think if you got one up on me. Don't ever think I let it go. Ever. It's always gonna be up. And when I get the opportunity to pop it, oh brother, the way I'm about to do it, you gonna think they gonna tell you I'm overdoing it by the way I'm about to do it to you. But for OKC though, I mean, I know people are talking about possibly breaking this team up and making some pretty big franchise altering changes. I gotta say, you really can't. I don't know if you can press the panic button that quickly. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Unless something comes up, it's a great deal, and you can move a piece or two here because obviously the name that's coming up is Giannis. And I tell people, I'll be honest, as much as I love Giannis, and when the league was when he was at the apex of the league and he was a guy, I'm was a huge fan because I respect that. I just respect the style of play of being that relentless. I don't think at this point that's the answer either. I've been telling people this ever like since his playoff has started, and since I've seen everybody start to oddly become San Antonio fans all of a sudden, I was like, bro, y'all not gonna like what this about to turn into.
Yeah,
I've always said that I know what's going to happen. It's a matter of when it happens.
I was
I
seeing
said, but when
Giannis
it
mean.
happens,
No, I was seeing
go ahead.
Giannis edits. I was seeing Giannis edits in the first quarter when we played the Thunder. Thunder fans is already dropping the Giannis edits. Like they.
But I just my whole thing though is just that I don't know if I understand the logic behind using having a guy like Giannis because the mindset is, fam, if you got a player that is simply going to run through your chest,
Mm-hmm.
and even and at 7'5", at the way he's at, unless he adds more, but even onto that frame, you would the assumption would be that Giannis could create problems on the defensive end for Wemby that most other bigs can't do because most other bigs typically don't have the handle or they don't have that the strength in the game to be able to play that bruiser style with Wemby on a consistent basis. The issue is I don't know if I I am confident that Wemby will meet the task. Like that's where I'm at with it. Like I think that at this point the only thing Wemby has to add, in my opinion, is a post game, a real post game, and not because what Wemby has right now is that spin move once he gets into the mid post and being able to just pretty much just reach over the top of anybody. But I think once he adds more strength to that game, adds more moves to a skill set that's already skilled. He's already a nimble athlete. He already has good feet as it is. I think if he continues to work with Hakeem Olajuwon in the offseason and add more, just more counters to the post game than he has right now currently, I don't. There is no answer for that because who's athletic enough to run with this guy on the perimeter? That's problem number one. And at that point, if he adds strength along to this frame at that size, who can stop him from getting to where he wants to get to? It's
Yeah.
already hard enough to stop him now. A lot
Yeah.
of the problem with Wemby now, when he doesn't get to his spots, is he'll settle for the 3-point shot, and if that's not falling, that's where problem starts to. Anytime
Yes, it
I'm in
was.
this series, I thought the problem started once Wemby started settling for the three and and didn't force his way into the paint. But outside of that, once he masters that last part, I don't know if there isn't an answer. I ain't gonna say I don't know. There just isn't an answer right now that we've seen in the league for him.
And honestly, that's what I want to see more of in Wemby going up against the Knicks. I want him to test Karl-Anthony Towns. He may have tested that, but he need to test Karl-Anthony Towns in the paint. I think that's key there. I should see less
Yeah.
3-point shots out of Wemby going against the Knicks. I should see more Wemby in the paint. I see more, honestly, and this is the most boring person to ever, like, you know what I'm saying, copy their game from. But I would
Yeah.
love for Wemby to mix it up with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Use the
Yeah.
backboard a little bit more. Use that paint a little bit more. I feel like that's key. Honestly, I feel like that's very key, man.
Yeah.
Use that paint, bro. But especially with the Knicks, that's really the gateway here. I shouldn't see Wemby. I really, honestly, God, I really shouldn't see Wemby doing too many 3-point shots with this series with the Knicks or anything like. Unless he has to, unless he needs to. But it shouldn't. He shouldn't have to. Test Karl-Anthony Towns in the paint.
Yes. And that's the biggest thing. Like obviously when you play OKC, what they were best at was their interior defense. I having Chet Holmgren, who was second in the DPOY race, Isaiah Hardenstein, who's another all NBA caliber defender. I don't think he made that team this year at all, but
Mm-hmm.
but neither here nor there. You're talking about two guys that have a great interior presence, and obviously, like they put their Hartenstein really put his imprint on that series with what he was doing to Wemby. But like you said, like now it goes to Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns is one of those guys that like we've watched Karl-Anthony Towns get 2 quick fouls within the first 5 minutes of the game and have to sit out for the entirety of the first quarter. Like if Karl-Anthony Towns reverts back to that version of himself that has the dumb foul, that makes the dumb mistakes, then I think those boys are gonna be dog food. When it comes down to Mitchell Robinson, I obviously I like Mitchell Robinson. I do wonder. I just don't love the matchup.
I hear
I
something about
just
him.
don't.
I heard something about him breaking his pinky
Yeah,
during
he
the
hurt
break.
his pinky, but I mean, I think
He's still gonna play. I mean, of course, he's still gonna play.
a pinky should not keep.
Mm.
Even when I saw that head, I'm like, bro, bro, you better play. There shouldn't be no, oh, he ain't gonna play because of what the hell? But we in the finals.
Yeah.
Y'all boys better get that shit cleaned up and get to work. Throw some tape on that. You know what I'm saying? Throw the tape
Yeah,
on that joint real quick.
they're probably gonna shoot him up with a shot. Bro can karate chop a whole
Oh,
bunch
for
of
sure.
bricks. He can karate chop a whole bunch of bricks. He ain't gonna feel that shit. So hell,
He
he'll
might
be
get some
all right.
lidocaine, bro. He be all right. Shit,
Yeah.
go ahead and go ahead. Who now? Here's now getting into this series now with the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. This is where I'll give New York their not necessarily an edge, but this is what they can do in order to create problems. The biggest difference is Karl-Anthony Towns creates a matchup problem for the San Antonio Spurs in the sense that how do you decide to defend them? Because he is a 3-point shooter. And he can light it up. We're talking about a guy that's actually been in the 3-point contest as a big, a guy that can absolutely give you work from that kind of range. How well does he shoot it? And also, how does San Antonio decide to defend him? Do you go with Wemby? Because if not Wemby, all right, you throw a smaller guy on him. I'm like, at that point, the plan must be, all right, Wemby's gonna camp in the paint. Whoever we want to give that matchup to, you know what I'm saying, whether it be, Keldon Johnson or whether it be Stephon Castle or whoever out there on the perimeter, if he's able to blow by, Wemby's there to clean it up. That would be the idea. And then from that point forward, is gonna be, to me, for Cat, what's the counter? The counter's got to be, all right, if they're essentially gonna play essentially a double, if I decide to drive, I have to then be able to make the decision to pass out of this and play make from this position from that point forward. All right, that would and then from that point forward, all right, can you make the right decisions? Are the other guys for the New York Knicks going to make life easier for their central offensive pieces, guys like Jalen, Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and Josh Hart alike? Like, will those guys make life easier? And then on the flip side, all right, well, if you have to pull Wemby out, and Wemby has to now guard Karl-Anthony Towns out there on the perimeter, the difference between guard Karl-Anthony Towns on the perimeter and Chet Holmgren is that Karl-Anthony Towns may actually shoot that. He may actually shoot the rock.
Mm-hmm.
You may actually have to come out there, and once you're able to draw Wemby out of the paint, does that then create matchup problems elsewhere? Now we go to Jalen Brunson, and we talk about what SGA was as a ISO scorer. Hold on for 1 second.
Mhm. I'm about to cook up my damn self in a
My,
few minutes.
my,
So
my
I
hey,
got.
hey, I about to say my fault. That was my alarm to wake me up for work tonight, y'all.
Oh
Anyway.
damn. I thought it was a damn
Anyway.
oven. I thought the damn oven
Oh
saying this
no.
bitch. I'm about to cook
I ain't
my
even
damn.
man.
I'm about to cook my
Look.
damn.
This some real overnight third shift work. I ain't even got to start. I ain't even got to start on the food prep yet. I ain't even get to
Yeah.
start on that. That may happen when I get home in the morning. I chop my chicken up. I season it. We'll marinate it for later on tonight. We'll cook it when we wake up. But
Mm-hmm.
back back to the main thing here. When you have so now this goes now to Jalen Brunson. You talk about what SGA was as a scorer. These guys are similar in that vein of these are two of the best ISO scorers you have in the game of basketball. Now, what happens now if you aren't able to send the doubles at Jalen Brunson? Because that was the biggest difference between the OKC series and what we would have thought that it would have been is, say, for example, if J-Dub had played, like, all right, the doubles can't happen. You can't put as much of your defensive pressure on Shai if J-Dub is there. And that now goes for New York. All right, well, what happens now if if you start to see Karl-Anthony Towns get going and now it goes to Jalen Brunson? What happens from that point forward?
Well, for one, they got some Knicks got some dead pieces too, man. I feel like people were sleeping on OG Anunoby. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name. And then also Mikal Bridges also. So I mean, I feel like for us, not on the bias stuff, I feel like we got more debt than the Knicks, and I think that's really gonna be key. Only if they show up, you know. If
Right.
if our depth show up. But overall, like just starters coming out the gate, Knicks gonna give us hell. Knicks gonna give us hell.
Yeah.
But I think Brown is a different coach than what the Knicks did last year. They did. I know what got the Knicks last year was they played the hell out of their starters, like and
Yeah.
tiring. But their starters were so damn good, it just kept them in the game. And even when they got a lead so ahead that what I'm saying, they can blow the lead a little bit, but once their starters rested throughout the game, they're gonna pick up the slack from what the backups have done. So overall, man, this really it's I see why we favored, but I also can see why the Knicks is gonna give us headaches as well. I'm a fair person. I'm a fair Spurs fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be fair here.
Yeah.
Eh,
I wish your homeboy could say the same. Anyways,
chill on my Air Force brother, man. Chill on my Air Force brother.
Hey,
Listen.
but I would say the biggest difference between this Knicks team from last year with time with Tibbs and now Brown leading this group is that it's a lot more being given out by the role players. I think last year it was simply Jalen Brunson or nothing, and late kick out three to Cat. Like there wasn't any intention upon getting Cat involved early. The role players did not have nearly as much of a presence. And like you said, when you play your starters that long, you play them that much throughout the duration of a season, yeah, it does start to wear on those guys, and that's what I think that's what ultimately led to the downfall of the Knicks last season. You look at the way they've played in these playoffs, and again, obviously, we all know that we don't consider the East and the West as equals in terms of teams on each side of this thing. So I won't act like they went through a the greatest stretch of teams and beat such elite talents on through every round. But I will say is after that Atlanta series, and you look at how they played from the time they went down that in that Atlanta series to the finish, they've been the best offensive team in the league,
Mm-hmm.
hands down. And it's really amazed me because it's coming from guys that in years past I leave Josh Hart open for a three, and then truth be told, I still leave Josh Hart open for a three just to test it out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't necessarily believe that they'll continue to shoot this way, but that's what's been the difference. The way they've shot it as a team has been the ultimate problem for everybody, for everyone in the East. The issue is I don't believe they can continue to maintain that level of shooting throughout another round and against a much better defensive group. I thought that was going to be the problem no matter who they play coming out of the West, was that this is going to be the best defensive group you've seen this entire playoff. I just don't believe that New York can maintain that level of shooting. That we haven't seen a team be able to maintain this level of offensive prowess throughout the entire playoff run. I gotta expect that they come back down to earth against a better group.
I mean, we young and hungry, bro. Like it's like I said, I ain't sleeping on. I'm not gonna sleep on the Knicks too damn much, you know. I do expect them. I do expect Madison Square Garden to be geeked up.
But like you say, like San Antonio's a young and hungry team. This series is gonna be intriguing because, like you say, like there are a lot of matchups that have to play out that we have to see. Really won't know everything until game one. But if I had to pick how the series is gonna go right now, I would pick Spurs in 6. If I gotta pick it right now, I don't think there isn't a path I see New York getting to where I think they win this finals. I think that would be shocked. I'd be very shocked. This is probably be the most shocking finals defeat probably since Toronto in 2019. If New York were to win it,
I say the first year of the Big Three, Mavs beating the Heat. The first year of the Big Three. I thought for certain, like nobody's effing with Miami. Nobody, like, once things got clicking, man.
Oh no, I can't say that. I can't say that because what Dallas did in the West. Go back and look at them teams Dallas beat through that West in 2011.
Yeah, you weren't playing. Dirk wasn't playing with the boys.
They beat some teams, bro. People like when Dallas won, I'm like, cause you gotta think about it, that's the old West. That's the Western Conference that 50 wins will get you the 8 seed.
Yeah.
Like
Carmelo was
kind of West.
I think Carmelo was out there still. Kobe was still out there.
Where's Melo at? No, okay.
Oh,
Melo at that point. Melo had just went to the Knicks. That's his first year with the Knicks. But I know they beat. If I remember correctly, I think they beat Portland in round 1. But this is Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, Portland.
Yeah.
So again, for the kids that don't know, you gotta do your research on
Brandon Roy is out there. Brandon Roy was about to be one of them ones, bro.
Brandon Roy was one of those. You know what I'm saying? If those knee injuries never happen, then yeah, he's one of those.
Why we showing our age right now?
They beat the Lakers in round 2. They beat the brakes off of us in round 2. And at this point, this is the Lakers coming off of a repeat championship. We had been to 3 straight finals. We just repeated. No way in the world in my mind that Dallas is beating us.
Was that when you had to white? Was that when you had to white the first time?
No, that wasn't until 2013. That team was terrible though. That team was god awful. And then in the Western Conference Finals, I can't remember who they beat. If I'm not mistaken, they beat the Thunder.
Thunder? This the young Harden, Brooks.
I think it was the Thunder in that conference finals. Either way, that was a ridiculous run of teams to get through in order to get to the finals. As much as it was a surprise in the moment for me, watching Miami lose that, especially because Miami had jumped out 2-1. I thought Miami was going to win it. Could not have foreseen Miami smoking this. Could have never foreseen Miami smoking that. But again, this is going to be a great final. I know the league is happy about this one in terms of getting New York back into it. Hey, now what I will say, I'm picking San Antonio for damn sure rooting for New York. F y'all. for damn sure rooting for New York. I'd much rather see Jalen Brunson and them boys and get a championship than watching San Antonio do it. Because once it happens with San Antonio, I don't know if it's getting undone. And I know we've said for the last 3 champions, we've said, oh, it's about to be the start of a dynasty. Because I for sure thought once Boston won theirs in 24.
No matter what happens, I don't want to hear that word just yet. Because we said that with the Thunder. We said that with Boston.
I definitely believed it with Boston. I thought Denver would get back to another. Like, I think the fact that teams haven't been able to get back, the fact that none of these teams that have won a finals in this decade have been able to get back has been probably the biggest story. And a lot of it's had to do with the fact that injuries are happening. These teams the next year are typically never able to be healthy going into the next season. And that's been the biggest difference between between all of these champions in this decade and to prior decades. That these teams are never able to stay as healthy the following year. But I don't know. I is what it is. We'll have to see. Prisoner of the moment would say that, all right, this team could do it. If New York wins it, I don't think anybody for a second believes New York could repeat. If San Antonio wins it, I think everybody is generally going to believe that San Antonio will be the favorite going into next season to win the title. Which
depends on what the
to be
Thunder do in
fair,
offseason. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, Denver.
yeah.
Depends on Thunder and depends on the Thunder and Denver offseason moves. To them two teams, or Timberwolves. Throw them three teams that
It's
can F with us.
It's a lot of movement that can happen in the West that could change how people feel about this particular series. You know, how people feel about this particular series. But again, that being said, we won't stay on it too long. But I'm intrigued to see what Game 1 looks like, and I know we'll be right back at it to talk to y'all as soon as Game 1 happens, and we'll probably be more up to date because there'll be such a long layoff between these games. We'll get more of an opportunity to be able to give instant recaps to each game of this series. So, I mean, like I said, I'm excited for it. I believe it's going to be a great series. I believe this is going to be the best possible series we could get for the NBA Finals matchup. So, again, I think it's going to be great for the game. I think it's going to be entertaining, and I'm eager to see if we see new heroes and new names get made in this in this 2026 NBA Finals.
Same here, man. Like I said, Poor Vita. I wish I could find some Knicks fans. I mean, I got one that I went to. I was in the military with. Shout out Sergeant Whitaker. But other than that, man, I really don't have just much to say, man. I'm excited, bro. Like one good story about me, man, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. We get to NFL, man. Is like one thing about the Spurs, man. Like I was born in '97, man. This thing kicked off in 1999 against the New York Knicks, and I was born to this team winning. I was born. So once I get father time father time, it don't has no boundaries, man. It's undefeated. It's very undefeated. So I knew in high school, I knew that we had the same starting lineup for years, man, that these guys are going to get old. Tony Parker got old. Tim Duncan got old. Ginobili got old, man. LaMarcus, I mean, hell, when we required LaMarcus Aldridge, man, I thought we can revamp something. We tried to retool with DeRozan. We tried to retool it, tried to lead the way with DeJounte Murray, but we had to blow it up. I wasn't used to that, man. We was in some dark times, the Spurs in some dark times, and I wasn't used to that. It was weird. But I will say, man, I'm glad these young fellas is back in it. I'm glad we're back in the finals. Poor Vita all the way. I'm going with my boys all the way, man. Hey, I'm happy. I'm so happy for these guys.
No, absolutely. And I'll just say that I can't think of a more undeserving franchise than the San Antonio Spurs. Go Knicks, save basketball. Jalen Brunson, please save America. We don't get rid of these extraterrestrial forces. I want no aliens in my country. Get them out of here. Get that damn xenomorph off of my planet. Get him off of my planet. That's a double entendre. If the people don't catch it, they got to think. They got to think.
Tease sound like
get that xenomorph off my planet. I want him away from the human population. God damn it.
Where were you at January 6, 2021? Where were you at, Tease? Oh. Where were you at? Hold on now. Where were you? Oh, hey, what you mean by get these aliens? What you mean by that?
Yeah, no, he out of this world, right?
Oh, okay.
Look, if it can call him a xenomorph, I can say I don't want him on my planet.
You sound very Turning Point USA-ish.
Hey, look.
You might have to go to Rumble in a minute. Let me stop.
Hey, look.
Let me stop with this plan. Let me stop.
Hey. But moving on to the NFL,
what a day.
Obviously some huge trades happened. I woke up. I was dazed and confused.
Perplexed.
I'm looking. I'm like, who the hell made this edit? I ain't know. I'm like, who over here bullshitting around?
Yeah, man. We
Like,
gotta start. We gotta start with the biggest news, Tease. The biggest
which
news.
which one's considered the biggest at this point?
Odell Beckham Jr. back in the Giants. You feel me? They let a demon back. Girl, you know you sweeter now. Din, 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 din. Outstanding.
Yeah, that sound about right. that sound more like it. Hey,
Woo.
okay, well,
Nah,
now that
but
we're done trolling,
nah, that ain't
but
it, y'all.
but all right, okay, Myles Garrett getting traded to the Los Angeles Rams. That was the news. That was the news for me. So in this trade, the Browns got Jared Verse, a 2027 first round pick, a 2028 second round pick, and a 2029 third round pick. I'll say that's a little. I thought that may have been a little. I don't think that's a bad deal for anybody. Let me say that. I think Jared Verse is a good young age. He's been good for the past couple years. He's been impactful for the Los Angeles Rams. They've been when they've been on the brink of. They were on the brink of a conference of a Super Bowl appearance. The past 2 years, Jared Verse has been a part of those defenses. He's been an integral part. Then getting a young edge like that makes sense. You get off of that Myles Garrett contract for sure. Myles Garrett, though, getting a chance to play with Matthew Stafford in his final season. And we've talked about this before, about the Los Angeles Rams. They spare no expense. They are dead set on going all in on winning. F them picks. They don't give a damn. And respect to it, because they've won with that style. And they've been able to recreate, you know what I'm saying, recreate new teams and get back to that same point. You've done it with Jared Goff. You got the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. You got to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford. You've been on the brink with Matthew Stafford since that Super Bowl as well. You've been back to an NFC title game. You've been right there in the mix. What can help you get over the top? Man, let's go make a move. Let's not wait. We ain't waiting on none of that. Drafted Ty Simpson this past year. I know, I ain't gonna lie, if I'm Matthew Stafford, I don't feel the greatest about that, because I mean, bro, that like we've been saying, at those picks, let's go all in on winning. But getting Myles Garrett,
yeah, give me a weapon.
yeah, give me another weapon. I'm all for give me another weapon. They are thinking, let's try to develop the future, but no matter what, they then double back. They circle the block and say, all right, let's try this one more time.
Yeah.
Let's try this one more time. Let's see if we can load up once again. Myles Garrett, this is one of the Myles Garrett is already a top 10 pass rusher of all time. The way he's pacing, he may be the greatest by the time it's all said and done. At least top 5 before it's all said and done. But what he's been able to do the past few years and dominating the game as a non-quarterback, this was one of the. I think they said this is the biggest trade for a non-offensive player, I think, in league history to this point. So that just goes to show you how impactful of a player he is.
And
that being said,
a contract, and he just got a ridiculous contract last year, and the Rams are taking over that. Like, what?
The Rams, bro, I'm telling you, the Rams don't play no game.
They won't win it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think they traded for Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs too.
Yeah, they got McDuffie.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't.
Bruh. That's really what they're missing, bro. In last year, they just need some DBs. They get their defense together. It's over.
So go get the best. Go get McDuffie, who's considered probably the best nickel corner in the game, and then go get the best defensive player in the league, all in the same offseason. Now, let me be clear. All of this is to stop Bryce Young.
Yeah, you right.
And I want people to understand, like, hey, look, this is all because of 9.
We gave him hell.
These boys fear him. He strikes fear in their heart. This 5'9", 185-pound man strikes fear in opposing front offices. They have to go now make franchise altering trades just to stop him. Keep that in mind. When the rest of y'all talk to us, look, man, keep it very clear. Your quarterback ain't moving the needle like this. Michael Penix ain't moving the needle like this. Tua Tagovailoa ain't moving the needle like this. Y'all got two half of quarterbacks that can maybe make the whole. Y'all, it don't happen for y'all. Tyler Shuck, he's my age. We don't fear him. We don't fear him at all. He can rent a
I just
car.
want to whoop his ass for once. That's all I'm asking. But
That's
yeah, we
coming
don't
this
fear
year.
him. Yeah, we don't
It's
fear
coming
him.
this year. And Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. You don't know what side of Baker you're gonna get.
Look, man, respect the nine. Respect the nine. But yeah, no, but again, Los Angeles doing what they do. No surprise to me here. I mean, they, like you said, like we said, they spare no expense. They don't give a damn about those picks. They all about winning. They all about going all in for it. This is their best chance to do so. So I mean, respect to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like it. Hey, I think so. I got the Rams. I got the Rams my favorite, man. I feel like this gonna be Stafford's one last hurrah. I hate to say it, bro. Mine, of course, I'm always for our Carolina boys. Of course,
Yeah,
I got them win the Super Bowl all the time. But I'm gonna be realistic. If it ain't my boys, it's gonna be the Rams.
it's
That's
probably
how
gonna
I
be the
see it.
Rams. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
And
I see it.
truth be told, now another trade happened. This one was much more expected. We've known about this trade for quite some time. If you've been paying attention to this NFL offseason, this one doesn't surprise you in the slightest. A.J. Brown being traded to the New England Patriots. The
Mm-hmm.
Eagles receive a 2027 fifth-round pick and a 2028 first-round pick. Patriots receive A.J. Brown. This
Mm-hmm.
ends the saga in Philadelphia. This has been going on for a couple years now.
Yeah.
I mean, needless to say, I mean, who's surprised by this? This has been pretty clear. When your number one wide receiver is reading books on the sidelines, like if my
Wait.
number one receiver is reading To Kill a Mockingbird on the sideline during a game, during an NFL game, I must know something is wrong. The only thing I can say about this is that it's weird. Nobody really wants to say what happened between A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts because apparently it's some off the field things, and then now I don't know. It's a messy situation over there. It had to be nipped in the bud. Is what it is.
Did that man crack his girl or something, bro? Like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I hate, I feel on both sides here. 'Cause I feel like, Jalen Brown, I'm not Jalen, why am I saying Jalen Brown? But anyway, Jalen Hurts. um, I know we got different views on Jalen Hurts. I think
Yeah.
he's a good game management mobile court. Like he's literally he's rare in a sense. A mobile game management quarterback. I think that's my view of Jalen Hurts here. And what AJ Brown is, even when you was winning, you was acting like a little kid about it. Like you really was on some like me playing receiver and stuff like that. I love my stats to be good. I do. I love my stats to be good. But like I'm not about to just down my quarterback all the time, just to make myself look good. I feel like that's some diva. That's very divish. And that's what receivers are. They're supposed to be divas. That's how you know a receiver's gonna be good. If they're a diva. It can go either way. It just feel like the Terrell Owens and Donovan McNabb saga all over again.
Well, I mean, T.O. ain't one ring, but A.J. Brown and the boys is.
Yeah, that's close too. But I mean, he played. But respect to T.O. is he had a broke leg. Still went out there sauced up the Patriots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
Still.
T.O. situation is. Here's the thing, man. Like, the issue with both of these situations is that we just don't know what actually happened behind the scenes. Now, if it's okay, if we just erase all the behind the scenes stuff and we don't because we don't know it, so we just won't mention it, right? And we just talk about strictly on the field. I completely understand why AJ Brown was frustrated because we watched those offenses, and I'm gonna be real. And look, and we can all be honest about it.
OC stink.
Jalen Hurts is some shit a lot of times. He is some, and if not for these playoff runs he's had. He's got one singular season where I'm like, all right, he was an elite quarterback. I'm thinking this guy is an MVP caliber quarterback. He's in that conversation. He hasn't been there since then. And if you look at the years following the first Super Bowl appearance, bro, last year he just threw for 2,900 yards last year.
Yeah.
Or was it the year they won Super Bowl? The year they won Super Bowl, I think he threw for 2,900 yards. Like, bro, that's unacceptable on any front. Like, that's why I'm like, and if I'm a number one receiver, I consider AJ Brown a top 5 receiver. If I'm considering myself a top 5 receiver, and I want to make sure I get paid again. I want to make sure I'm up there with the best of them. Then I gotta do. Then my quarterback has to do better than this. Our quarterback was so bad. This is how bad our quarterback was. During our Super Bowl run, when we won the Super Bowl, the game plan was let's take the ball out of his hands and give it to Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll run with Saquon Barkley to daylight. Now to Jalen Hurts' credit, he had a fantastic Super Bowl performance, dominated. They won that game, so on and so forth. But at this point right here, that Philly's run it's on life support. It's on life support because I don't think you're gonna have this offense. I don't think this offense is gonna look the same, obviously, without AJ Brown, him being the type of player that he was. Maybe it could work out for the better of the offense in terms of how it functions if you're not having a quarterback trying to force feed a receiver.
They got the receiver at Southern Cal, right?
Yeah, they got Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah. Okay.
They got Mekhi Lemon. They added Dontavian Wicks from the Green Bay Packers, and obviously Devontae Smith will take over the wide receiver one role there in Philly. And we all consider Devontae Smith the wide receiver one anyway. So it's again, it's not. It won't be his first time competing as the number one wide receiver. So we'll see.
He's the only one that hasn't complained. He the only one. He been quiet the whole time. He ain't complaining.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Well, the thing about it not complaining, it don't mean that you don't have complaints. He just ain't settled. Because trust and believe, he's a company guy. Just because AJ Brown was the only one to say it out loud, it don't mean that wasn't what's going on around the building. And and quite literally, the reason why we know this was going on around the building, they did a whole expose. I won't say expose. They did a deep dive into Jalen Hurts and his relationship with his previous OCs and how he carried himself throughout this past season. It is not that was not singular to AJ Brown, is what I will say. There are more people in that front office that feel that way. There are more people in that building that feel that way. And trust and believe, do not be surprised. And I said it previously, and I'll say it again. When they try to get off of this Jalen Hurts contract, once it's up, because his guaranteed money is running out soon. When it's over with, it'll be over with. I don't believe Jalen Hurts will be re-signing in Philadelphia once that contract is up.
Well, we know a guy.
Or if he does, it's going to be for a severe discount.
Well, we know a guy.
I would love him. I would
love him to go there. I would love. I wanted him to go. I wanted him to go to the Rams. I really did, but Todd Simpson left that up.
Hey, I want him to complete 60% of his passes first.
Well, that too. Yeah. Not just go balls, Nick Harbor. Well, not just go balls, Nick Harbor. Just
I need to see some growth, brother, before that brother can be considered for anything. But we ain't gonna hold y'all boys up, man. It's getting late over here on our side. Some of us gotta get ready to go to work.
Gotta get ready to work. I gotta get ready to cook. So
yeah. So with that being said, I'm Sean T. Stewart. This is A. Smith. We are the Gym Dropper Sports Podcast, and
Corvita.
We out.